There's so much to be found. We can't find paradise. All we have to do is go, free your soul.
What's up, guys? Disaster Daytona here to bring you a deck profile of a deck I want to take to regionals the next time I go. It's actually one of my favorite decks of last format, and before Red Eyes got hit, it was actually amazing. You probably know what I'm talking about. You know, if Gustav Max would have came out before the ban list, then this deck probably would have been tier 1 or tier 0. But since that didn't happen, we were stuck with what we had. We're stuck with what we have now, and I'm trying to get it to work. And the deck can work with just one Red Eyes, but I'm talking about my Hieratics. And in case any of y'all needed like a skeleton build, this deck works. It's been working fairly well. The only problems you're gonna have is setting up, seeing as you did lose one convocation. Convocation was probably the biggest hit to the deck, because having 3 rotos was so important, and it's kind of hard to compensate for that. But I'll show you guys what I got and edit it. Hey, help me get this deck to work. Tell me what you guys think, because this is pretty much my favorite deck of all time. I love playing Heretics, and I really want to get it to work. First off, we have 2 tracks. I did have 3 Effect Veiler, but Max C is just better right now, so I'm going to take out this one for this Veiler for a Trigodia. Of course, we got the one Red MD, and our pseudo Red MDs are Gen X Ally Birdman for the 3-card OTK. If you don't know why Gen X Ally Birdman is here, go watch Paul Cooper's Top 64 deck profile for Nats. Next, we got 3 Nepthets. One sec. Or 3 Tefnut, 3 Nepthet, 3 Sue, and 3 Esset. Now with Red Eyes to 1, I just feel anyone Red Eyes to 3, you still need as much Heretics as you can possibly get. So I opted to run 3 of each of all the Heretics. I mean, I know a lot of people only like 2 of Nepthet, the level 5 guy that destroys a monster, but right now I just think he's needed at 3. And next, a card I'm trying out in here, I don't know how it's going to work out, is Card Trooper. Just because he lets you go through your deck more. And the milling is kind of important, because I do run 3 Call the Haunted on the deck, as I'll get to later. But I want to fit a second Card Trooper in, just because he is really good in the deck, especially with the Trag play. Next, we run our 2 normals. I mean, you need them. Next is a personal preference. Instead of Lance, I run Night Beam, just because I hate Solemn Warning, and I really usually want to get rid of it before I even go go off. And usually people don't set that much in a format like this, because people are scared to death of heavy. So you'll usually draw one of these and like an MST or some sort of the 2 in your opening hand. You'll draw a lot of the time, so you really won't have to worry about the back row that much. I just don't want to risk Warning most of the time. Next, we have 2 Pots. This was another hit to the deck. People don't realize it, but 3 Pots was really important to the deck, because it allows you to search through your deck and get your combo pieces a lot faster. But yeah, I mean, it works at 2. I mean, sometimes it's dead in your hand. If you're going to go off, obviously don't use it, but you need 2 Pots definitely. And like I said, the biggest hit to the deck, in my opinion, was the Convocations, because with only 2 Rotas now, it's less consistent than it was, and Card Trooper is kind of trying to compensate for the 3rd Rota. Next we have Heavy Storm and Monster Reward. No Dark Hole, because you want them to have a monster, because you always want to special summon Tefnut, or sometimes you need Nethet's effect to go off, so don't run Dark Hole in this deck, it's bad. And 3 Call the Haunted. It's the only trap we run, because in a way, it's better than 3 Red Eyes. In a way, it's worse. With 3 Red Eyes, you get OTK. But this way, if you get messed up, if your combo gets stopped somehow, you'll have a backup plan and Call the Haunted to bring back Red Eyes. Next. Oh, I didn't even... Monsters. Haha. Go back to the monsters. Didn't even see these. 3 Card D and 2 Max C. I might bump Max C up to 3 just because it's not really to draw a whole bunch. It's just to thin through the deck and scare your opponent out of doing what they do. Because usually people won't special summon a bunch if you have Max C. And even if they do, you have 2 Trags in the deck. And I do want to throw in a Gores, but I just got to find the room. Next for the extra deck, we have 3 Tombs, obviously. We have our 3 Gaia Dragons. Probably should have separated this before I started the video, but oh well. So we have Stardust, Exabeetle, probably the most important Exceed besides the 2 in the deck. Number 25, Force Focus, Strike Bouncer, MVP. Adrius, really never summon it. Tyrus is supposed to be in here. I'm probably going to take out one of the Hieratics. I run 2 Hieratics right now because I face a lot of Karakuris. My locals is just full of machines, so I side 3 Cyber Dragons. So they're good in here right now because I always find myself needing that second Cyber Dragon. So yeah, definitely would probably take out a Hieratics for the Tyrus. Then we have Scrap Dragon and Void Ogre Dragon because Birdman is dark, and this guy, he's not really needed, but I have the room, and I just want to make that game 1 against Exodia, Chain Burn, all that. It just makes it a little bit easier. Plus, he's a 3,000 beater, so if you have no hand, you can go into him at the end of your loop and just, be safe from Dark Hole. Next for the side deck, we have 2 Raikos. I'm just working on the side deck right now. I really don't know what to side. Probably going to take this out for a Smashing Ground or something. For a second Smashing Ground, because I do side Smashing and Dark Hole, because Fossil Dyna is a dick. We have 2 Dragos. A 3rd Max C for those decks that spam a lot. Veiler. We do side the 3rd Gores for those OTK decks. 2 Cyber Dragons for Karakuris and Geargias. And for those random rogue matchups and heroes, 3 Rule Decrees. So, that's it. Rate, comment, subscribe. I really want to make this deck good because this is my favorite deck that I've pretty much ever played. And I would really like to top regional with this deck just because of that reason. Dragons have always been my favorite deck, and I just want to find a way to make these guys good. So, thank you. See you next time.
We can't find paradise.